keeps prices down far more effectively.
As long as suffering of sentient beings remain, I will remain in order to serve.
I'm a man in search of man. I was never in search of God.
In conversation tonight, my guest is Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, a winner of the Dadasaheb Falke Award. But he's a man of many parts who has won more laurels and plaudits than it's possible to accommodate in a brief introduction. He's a musician, singer, lyricist, writer, composer, a film director who has won 3 national awards, an editor, and has even been a member of the Legislative Assembly in Assam as an independent. Dr. Hazarika, it's very difficult to do an adequate introduction to you. But if I were to meet you at a party or over dinner and asked you who you were, it would be a very unlikely question to someone like you because you're so well known. But what would you say?
Well,
what do you do?
I sing my life away. No, I'm interested in all the things that are necessary, audio-visually, to communicate good thoughts to the one who is viewing me or listening to me.
You have been trained, and just to go back a little bit and then start from there perhaps, you did your PhD from Columbia University looking at communication and adult education. How have you in fact applied that training, or have you?
Well, I was supposed to work in All India Radio after coming back with the degree, but then I was hijacked by arts and music and my teaching in the university also. So I was hijacked by music and motion picture, camera, and the microphone, perhaps.
When did the melody of music or the first notes of music enter your life?
Well, I was born in the northeast and in a village which almost, it has almost become like a place which was created first by God. Sadia is the name. So amidst folk tunes and rhythms, it is an anthropological paradise, you know, Assam especially. Whole northeast was Assam then. So since then, I think that bug of music has troubled me.
Why do you say troubled you?
Trouble means it is a positive type of troubling. Creativity perhaps came on my on my 6th class. I wrote on independence as well as on the Vaishnavism of Shankar Deva there in Assam. So I took song as a type of instrument for little social change. Since then, I have been troubled, and I have been creating, of course. That trouble has given birth to quite a bit of lyrics, and I became a lyricist first. And then tune also came parallelly to me. I had only one thing lacking, that is knowledge of classical Indian music, because we didn't get any opportunity there. So while studying in Banaras Hindu University for BA and MA, there in 4 years I got acquainted. I became crazy about going to Bismillah Khan. I was very young. So the first grammar of Indian music, classical music, I acquired there in Banaras. And then when I went to America, other jazz troubled me.
You collaborated with Paul Robeson?
Yes, he was in 125th Street and I was in 114th Street.
This was in New York?
In New York, those days. But one couldn't meet him because of political difficulties. I was a government scholar. Government of India said, don't go there, that side. So those were the days when McCarthy was having his, say over everything. Charlie Chaplin was about to come away. He was interned, Paul Robeson was interned. He was boycotted by Hollywood as well as the stage. So he sang Old Man River in our university. He also taught us to take songs as instrument for social change.
And how were you able to apply this using songs for social change and sort of promoting nationalism in a sense? How did you apply this when you came back?
I applied through films. In Assam, the first talkie was made in 1933.
And yours was the second, right?
And the second one in 39, 33 was the first one. I was too young. But in 39, I was brought to Calcutta for the second talkie in Assamese. So I came as a child artist and a singer of a revolutionary song, which was not written by me, but by my Gurudev, Jyoti Prasad, who had a degree from Trinity College of Music, Cambridge. And he was a revolutionary poet. He was the first filmmaker in Assamese. He was in UFA laboratory in Germany with Himanshu Roy. So it's my fortune that I've met such a man as my guru. So from then onwards, I've been taking advantage of, as a hobby, taking advantage of giving music to the Assamese films, which were amateurish, some are. But then my music was a little sincere, perhaps. And I got the recognition as a lyricist as well as a singer. Then when I started directing musicals, then I directed and gave music together. So I have definitely utilized with an intention. I made the first film, Tunes from the Deserted Path, Era Bator Hoor. Tunes from the Deserted Path. There was no story. It is a search for music, musical forms, and being misunderstood by people. It was very much appreciated by people who wanted new wave in film making. So that way, I never thought that music will be my living. That I didn't think. The first day when I sold my music, my song, in a stage, then I cried perhaps. But then it's all right. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a journalist, so I took MA in political science.
From BHU?
From BHU. Then I wanted to be a lawyer also, so that I can be a lawyer in Guwahati and sing in bathroom, because singing was part of my life.
You've been also called the uncrowned, but I should say crowned king of Assamese and the northeastern culture, and showcasing it to the rest of the world.
Well, it's very kind of them, but I'm very unhappy now that for integration we have been working since our childhood, through songs and arts. But that Northeast has not remained the way we wanted to.
In what ways has it changed?
Because of chauvinism, because of inferiority complex, because of negligence. So many things have come. All those boys who used to take guitar or mridanga, a Manipuri boy, when you see an AK gun, I mean, what do you call it?
AK-47s.
AK-47s. Then when we discuss, I say, you have taken that gun, and we are still singing Gan. It's in Ghana. Through Indian People's Theatre Association we did it a lot. Myself, Shalil Chaudhary, and all others in Northeast. We did tremendous unity we brought. Still there is, But the dream that we dreamt about has gone away.
What was your dream for the Northeast?
Dream was, it is a Mahabharat ka Maha-ang hai. It was always there. But when somebody wants to go away, then if you analyze, you'll see that there are reasons to be angry, you know. So we need to see things. As for example, mass communication media of our country. Because there are difficulties in Kashmir and Punjab, we are working for it, working against few things and for few values. But then Northeast has been so much neglected even by this
Medium.
This medium. It has not been brought. There is no effort, no respectable effort to bring it to the mainstream.
You'd mentioned that you're working on a long series.
Yes.
For our very Channel 3.
Yes.
What is this series?
It's a series, it's called The Awakening. It is a love story on the background of 1940s Assam, Calcutta and Andamans. You see? It will have 52 episodes and we're doing it in English. There I want to tell the people of the world that Northeast, which was known as Assam, contributed a lot towards national liberation because they thought Brahmaputra, Kamrup, Pragyatishpur, these are inseparable things, I mean portions of Indian geography as well as the heart was the same. Brahmaputra is always very angry, I know. But then it should be understood also. See, there was that saddens. Anyway, these things will also be there. There will be information what was done from 39 to 47. The last portion of the serial will be on the 15th August 1947. We'll start from about 39 and we'll inform that beyond Calcutta there was another India which also thought that it's an inseparable part of India, Mother India. But now isolationism has come. I'm not blaming anybody. It needs solution, and communication media can do a great thing, perhaps, if properly it is respected.
You know, for someone who has been so involved with the use of the communication media to make a difference in the community, are you despairing of the present direction of television in India and the impact that it has on culture?
Well, I won't comment on that. You see, there was already a mass which orally transferred knowledge and values. But electronically a mass has been created with content. You see, you can't bring everything of the roots. You must make it, I mean, without destroying without distorting the roots. One must know what to be brought to the mass that has been created electronically today. There's a big clash. In Bangladesh recently I was asked, Dada, we used to sing Allah make de, pani de, da 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 da, Allah make de. But then somebody in television sings this way, Chumba de, Tamma de, in the same tune. Dada, which is true? I mean, which is since thousands of years we have been singing this Allah Megh De Pani De Chaya De Re. I don't know, and they are confused, you know. The Bhatyali singers are confused because it is changed. But I have seen in New Orleans a jazz which is 100-year-old is sung the same way today also. They try to be. There will be change in creation only. But if you want to repeat whatever has been sung, if you want to project it to the whole world, you should bring that music. Let there be music, let there be distortion of sounds which is called music. But then the real elements of the earth, that earthiness should not be completely destroyed when it comes as an element to the layer of communication, which is known as electronic mass. You know, that has been a problem. You were also a student of cinema in Columbia. You have seen the clash there also, I'm sure.
You know, you've composed music for films and television serials. You work closely with Kalpana Lajmi, and I think the last major film that we recall where you did the music was for Rudali, yes. Which was set in an ethos somewhat different to the background that you have in Assam. How do you go about creating a music score for a sensibility and a culture that is substantially different from yours, or is it?
Well, for each film, one makes writes the music according to the need of the visuals. But here, I tried to bring about all the musicians of Jaisalmer, and the instruments are from Jaisalmer, you see, for the background pieces. But for song, I selected 5 ragas. On that basis, I didn't give the ordinary ragas that goes on in the desert of Ye, no? Bhairavi is always Bhairavi. A raga is always raga everywhere in our country. So I decided to weave it. How to put film music. It reminds me of only one good film, which is Pather Panchali, and the song that was sung by the old lady without any music was the best music by Ravi Shankar I ever heard, you see. So here we called Kalpana and the 4 cameramen also. I said, let us weave it, because the subject was very morbid. Yes, Rudali is an effort on my part to weave tunes which are woven together right from the very first script. The script was written by Gulzar and Kalpana Lajmi, and I put my notes, I put my needs. Then I called Santosh Shivan,
the cameraman.
Kya lens lagaoge? Okay. Can you do this? So that way, we are just like carpet making, you know. The director, the songwriter, the music director, and cameraman, we just created that way. That's why perhaps it has defeated some of the other big hits.
Popular, shall we?
Super hit. But these little 5 songs have defeated them also. It also went. And I'm surprised to see that the buyers are from 18 to 22 who love Michael Jackson and who sings English song, not English song, pop song during Saraswati Puja. You see? They have bought this, these songs. Recently I was, about 8 months back, I went to New York. There, near the customs, From Frankfurt I have gone to sing in Washington and New York. So parallelly another line came from Pakistan International. Other Hazarika ji hain, very tall man, you know, wonderful. Said, बनाते जाइए ऐसा नगमा, बनाते जाइए ऐसा फिल्म. कहाँ से आए हैं आप? इस्लामाबाद. तो वहाँ कहाँ सुना रुदाली? ले नहीं, हम लोग सुन रहे हैं, घर घर में दिल हुम हुम कर रहा है. And you are Hazarika. खुदा भला करे आपको करके. He just mixed in New York and I also went my way. But it was thrilling to see, and I understand it has been liked by everybody in the world today. And I came to know that it was popular because in Queens, when one goes for shopping, so you feel like going to a Harika shop, you know. So I went in, he said, "Arey, aap aise ghar hi le jaiye because we have made money by selling your CD, Rudali ka CD, itna becha, ye kiya." So one reward and award dono mila, and NFDC perhaps got for the first time such money for a musical, you know. Music was not inseparable from international films, you see. Rather, music songs were hated by many dry, great filmmakers, you see. So, my experiment with classical as a folk and make it universal. You don't make it Assamese, you don't make it Rajasthani, but you make it universal and it clicks, I think.
What gives you the greatest satisfaction when you create a music score, and is the process of creating it complete for you, and you said, I've created a good score, I feel good about it, or do you wait for the audience to receive it, and you say, well, I've been successful because it's been received?
Yes. Formerly I used to wait for to be received, you know, but after few years of experiment, you get the language of music, and you can perhaps be very sure about what you will have in a positive way.
You know, of the many hats that you've worn, perhaps the most unusual has been that you were an independent member of the Legislative Assembly. Yes. What prompted you to go and participate in the formal political process?
To give three things. One, a studio, film studio, an art gallery, and a national theatre. You see? Just, I was shooting in that constituency. So all the boys came. It was for 67. My father also told that you always write letters to these editors about what government has not done for integration, what they have not done through films, you know, through different art media. Why don't you go to the assembly? Why don't you go to the parliament and put your objections and criticism? So I went and I sang a song, and that was my...
Your campaign speech was a song?
Speech was a song. It is this one, which I created after listening to Old Man River in Assam. Bistirno parore, ahankha janare, hahakar huniu, nikhobde nirobe, Budha luit tumi, Budha luit boa kiyo. Old Man River, Budha luit. Budha luit, Brahmaputra is known as Budha luit, the Old Man River. And here, somebody sings in Mississippi, Old Man River, you don't say nothing, you just... I was inspired by that notes of the first line, and this is not a translation of Old Man River, this is a new song that I wrote. What did I write? Vestirno parore, ahankha janare, hahakar huniu, nikhobde nirabe, বুঢ়া লুইত তুমি বুঢ়া লুইত বোৱা কিয় নৈতিকতাৰ স্খলন দেখিও মানৱতাৰ পতন দেখিও নিৰ্লজ্জ অলসভাৱে বোৱা কিয়. Now this word by word translation in Bengali will be this. I used to sing in 3 languages just to show that you fight for nothing about languages. বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছ কেন নৈতিকতার স্খলন দেখেও মানবতার পতন দেখেও নির্লজ্জ অলস ভাবে বইছ কেন. विस्तार है अपार. Pandit Narendra Sharma has translated it this way. विस्तार है अपार प्रजा दोनों पार करे हाहाकार निशब्द सदा ओ गंगा तुम गंगा बहती हो क्यों नैतिकता नष्ट हुई मानवता भ्रष्ट हुई निर्लज्ज भाव से बहती हो क्यों. विस्तार है अपार प्रजा दोनों पार करे हाहाकार निशब्द सदा ओ गंगा तुम गंगा बहती हो क्यों. Here I have got the political criticism as well as the thrust that I wanted to give. So that way I experimented and accepted music, songs as instrument for social change.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Hazarika, and more power and melody to your songs.